case, my family influenced me to choose a degree in pharmaceutical sciences, so I cannot say that it was a vocation. But once I started my degree course, I knew I was eager to learn properly. Once something has been properly learned, you like it. More than a vocation, it was a progress in the knowledge of what I was being taught. And of course, I was lucky to come across a series of personalities that influenced me in an outstanding way. As regards to research lines, we have had mainly one line. We could speak about the Gordian nucleus of our research, which consists of studying how the organism faces an external aggression. How are microorganisms or pollens, that are substances that create the possibility of a hyperreaction, and allergic processes, and as something pseudo-artificial, the transplant. Since the transplant is not something we can find in the environment, it is something that is forced, and also considered an aggression to the immunological system. In any case, we have studied mainly the replies to these invasions from the organism, natural or pseudo-artificial, in such a way that the organism not only reacts to defend itself, but it also creates a process called tolerance, and by which it adapts to the external agents. Firstly, we have studied an immune reply, a reply against those agents. And secondly, we have specialized in how the organism adapts itself to that coexistence. Our aims are to study the basic mechanisms of the immune system in order to develop the tolerance process. Those mechanisms may be natural or induced by drugs. The organism itself has some natural mechanisms that lead into that situation. These are not known properly, so we are interested in working in them since it's known that the organism adapts itself. But we don't know how. And this is why we are searching cells and genes that take part in obtaining the immunological balance. If we are able to know which natural mechanisms control the reject, we will be able to make this organ adapt itself properly. And if it adapts itself properly, it will make the most of it due to the existing lack of organs. That can be made by encouraging those natural mechanisms or introducing artificial organisms by drugs. The team consolidates itself thanks to everyone's effort and to the unity that demands that everyone works at the same time. But also thanks to the support of some very distinguished persons of this team. Specifically in this project, Dr. Minghella is the second responsible for the group. He is a highly fundamental support in order to progress scientifically. We also have 3 chemists that contribute to the resources from patients to make the projects viable. I would not be here if HER didn't exist. It has given us the opportunity of having more means, which is infinitely good, since someone cannot produce anything if someone has not hands and thinking heads, and the opportunity of becoming known as research groups, not as a group of mad persons that make useless things. I think that research is slow, but it is long-term productive. And I think that the future is being shaped by means of this project. I have renounced my life in order to devote to this. This has been the gospel truth. My personal life has not had a negative effect on my work. I mean, I have been always totally devoted to research.